Hello, good morning everyone. So in yesterday's class we have completed controlled access protocols. So today we shall start with channelization. So channelization is a method where we divide a single channel into n number of different channels. We will divide the bandwidth of a single channel and we will provide it to the n number of channels. So to divide one single channel into n number of parts, we have three different methods. One is FDMA, second is TDMA, and third one is CDMA. So FDMA means frequency division multiple access, and TDMA means time division multiple access, and CDMA means code division multiple access. FDMA and TDMA are same as FDM and TDM, that is frequency division multiplexing and time division multiplexing. So here I will explain about CDMA, that is code division multiple access. So code division multiple access is a method where we multiply a code with our data before transferring it to source to destination. So before allowing the data to enter into the media, we will multiply the data with particular sequence of code. So that process is known as CDMA, that is code division multiple access. So here think that in our example here we have taken an example of 4 systems, and all the 4 systems want to send the data to the another systems. Okay. So think that D1 is a data that is sent by the station S1 or the system S1, and D2 is a data which is sent by the system S2, and D3 is the data that is sent by the system S3, and D4 is the data that is sent by the system S4. And for all the systems and for all the data, we have to multiply it with a code sequence. Okay. So C1 code sequence is assigned for the data D1, that is before transferring of a data D1 we have to multiply the data with this code sequence, that is C1. So in the same way we have allotted C2 for data D2, C3 for data D3, and C4 for data D4. And before creating the code sequences or before multiplying the code with the data, the code should have some particular properties. Okay. Each code assigned to the stations must have 2 properties. One is, if we multiply each code by another code, we should get the result 0, and if we multiply each code with itself, we should get a total number of stations. So I will read it once again. There are 2 properties of code. One is, if we multiply each code by another code, we will get 0. If we multiply the code with itself, we will get the result 4. That is, 4 is nothing but a total number of stations. So in the diagram, here you can see in the diagram, we have 4 systems: S1, station 1, station 2, station 3, and station 4. And station 1 have the data D1, and station 2 have the data D2, and station 3 have the data D3, and station 4 have the data D4. And at each station we have one device, that is multiplier. This multiplier is used to multiply our data with the code sequence. Okay. And here we assigned code for all the stations simultaneously. C1 is assigned to the station S1, C2 is assigned to station 2, in the same way C3 and C4 are assigned to the station 3 and station 4. So here we have a code sequences. Just for example, we have taken 4 code sequences, that is C1, C2, C3 and C4. The C1 code sequences +1, +1, +1, +1, all are positive numbers, and C2 code is +1, -1, +1, -1, and C3 is +1, +1, -1, -1, and C4 is +1, -1, -1, +1. These are the sequence of codes, and each sequence is made up of n element, where n is a number of stations. In our example, you can see here In our example we have 4 stations, hence we have taken 4 4 code sequences. Okay. In each code we have set of binary digits. Okay. Here in our code we have 4 different elements, positive and negative elements, and if we multiply 2 equal sequences element by element, and if we add the resultant, we will get the total number of stations. For example, here we have taken an example of C1. If we multiply C1 with C1, that is C1 is plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So if we multiply it with itself, we will get a result 4, that is plus 1 into plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 into plus 1 plus 1. In the same way, all the elements we will get as plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So total we have 4 plus 1s. If we add all those things, we will get the result 4, that is plus 4. So 4 are the number of stations. If we multiply 2 different sequences, so here we have multiplied C1 and C2. So C1 is plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, and C2 is plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1. If we divide 2 different code sequences, then we will get a result 0. So these 2 are the most important points. So I will repeat once again. We should create a code in such a way that if we multiply the code by itself, we should get a total number of systems or total number of stations as a value. If we multiply 2 different sets or 2 different sequences, we should get the result 0. In this, we have 2 more operations. One is encoding and other is decoding. Encoding is done at the source side and decoding is done at the destination side. Encoding is nothing but multiplying our data with the code set or the chip set. So here think that in a encoding we have some set of rules. If the station wants to send the data bit 1, then it is encoded as plus 1. If the station wants to send the bit 0, it is encoded as minus 1. If the station wants to send the bit if it doesn't want to send any of the data, it is encoded as minus 1. So I'll repeat once again. We have rules for encoding. The first rule is, if any station or any system wants to send the bit 1, it is encoded as plus 1. If any station wants to send the bit 0, it is encoded as minus 1. If any station wants to doesn't want to send any of the data, then it is encoded as minus 1. That is, all the empty slots are encoded as minus 1. So I will take an example. So here we have given they have given an example. Just assume that the station 1 is sending the bit 0, station 2 is sending the same bit 0, station 4 is sending the bit 1, and station 3 is silent. So station 3 is silent means it is not sending any of the data to the destination. So it is encoded as, the station 1 wants to send the bit 0, hence 0 is encoded as minus 1, we have taken minus 1, and the same as the station 2, we have taken minus 1, and station 4 wants to send the bit 1, hence we have taken plus 1, and station 3 is silent, hence it is taken as 0. So it is encoded as minus 1, 0, plus 1. Now coming to the operation, so here we have multiplied our data with the chip sequence. So D1 into C1, that is minus 1 into sequence C1. So D2 into C2, D3 into C3, D4 into C4. Let's consider D1 into C1. So minus 1 into, in the bracket we have plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. If we multiply, we will get minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. In the same way, if we multiply all the elements, we will get some result. And later, we have to add all the result. Okay. In the right side, we have a resultant of multiplication of the data and chip sequence. So first here we will add all the results. That is the result which we got by multiplying the data with a code sequence. So the result is -1, -1, -3 plus 1. This data we will send in the transmission medium. So listen here, listen carefully. First we will multiply the data with the chip sequence by all the stations, then we will add all the data, the resultant data, that is the sum, we will send in the transmission medium. And if any station wants to know what data sent by the other station, then we have few steps. So here they have given the example. It is also nothing but the decoding operation. That is, we will decode the data. That is, we will get back our original data. To check which station sent what data, what data is sent by which station, we should follow this set of rules. Think that we have taken an example. If station 3 wants to know the data that is sent by the station 2, the data on the channel should be multiplied with code sequence of station 2. That is, for example, here you can see in this diagram, in the transmission medium we have a data -1, -1, -3 and +1. So if, for example, station 3 wants to check what data that is sent by the station 2, then it has to multiply the value which is in the transmission medium with the sequence set of the station of which it wants to check. So here the system 3 is checking the system 2, the data sent by the system 2. Hence we will multiply the chip sequence of the system 2 with the data which is present in the transmission medium. So the data that is present in the transmission medium is -1, -1, -3 +1, and the chip sequence of C2 is +1, -1, +1, -1. So if we calculate, we will get the result as -4. So divide this -4 by number of stations. So total number of stations are 4. Hence we will divide -4 by 4. We will get a result -1. Hence if we decode this -1, then we will get the value 0, because 0 is indicated by -1. Hence we will convert this -1 into 0. So the data, that is actual data that is sent by the station S2 is 0. Hope you all understood this concept. If you have any doubts, then you can ping me at any time. Thank you for listening. Thank you all.